characters in it, like Punisher, Dormammu, and all that.
You realize if they did a Spider-Man movie and put Carnage in it, it would have to be rated R?
They better make it rated R.
It would have to be rated R.
Yeah, because it's just like that, man, I really wish they really would put Carnage in the movie, because he's awesome. And then not a lot of people know about Toxin either, which is another
suit. Who is actually stronger than Carnage and Venom.
And he's badass. His suit looks fucking cool. And then, of course, there's, like, anti-venom and all that other stuff. But, it's just... And, like, I've been following the Superior Spider-Man storyline, which I really hated that they ended the Amazing Spider-Man series with issue 700, and then they started the Superior Spider-Man where, Doc Ock actually kills, Peter Parker on, I think it's like the 700th issue or something like that. But anyway, he takes over Peter's mind. So Doc Ock is in Peter's body and has his own consciousness, but Peter's consciousness still survives within that. So he's kind of showing Doc Ock how to be a better Spider-Man while he's in Peter's body. And what's even more fucked up is that Doc Ock is literally like dating Mary Jane. So it's kind of messed up because Doc Ock is in Peter's body. So Peter Parker essentially is dating Mary Jane, and he's getting the fucking I guess kiss her and screw her or whatever. But it's really Doc Ock doing it. It's not Peter. So it's really fucked up, and that pisses me off so much.
Stanley, what are you letting these people do to your stories? Stop! No, stop them.
But I guess I shouldn't spoil it. But anyway, after the real one is actually. So that whole thing is finally gone, and they're doing a thing later. I don't know. I'm just gonna go off the comic book because that's another thing. Because my friend's brother does a comic book podcast, so they do all the complaining for us that we're doing.
You don't get me started on comic books. I will take Marvel movies that people were like, that was good. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
But I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world, or one of them. But I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. They're not the best, but they're at least better than the older ones, kind of in a way, because the older ones weren't as good. The only Spider-Man that still hasn't beaten it for me is Spider-Man 2. I love that movie still because of Doc Ock. He's just always been one of my favorite villains for some reason. I just love how those arms look. They look badass. Like they make for really good fight scenes, especially how they did it in that movie.
Yeah.
Fight scenes in Spider-Man 2 I loved a lot. I like that movie. But
I can't believe they're finally giving us Superman versus Batman.
And it's called Dawn of Justice now. They just released the title. But what I'm kind of like, what I wish DC would do, which this is what I have to say, because it's pissing me off. Because if Marvel can build up their shit by doing Thor and Captain America, I don't like how DC's shoving in Cyborg, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all in one fucking movie. Yeah, they're doing all that in that one movie.
They're putting Cyborg and Wonder Woman in it?
Yeah. And then Jesse Eisenberg is playing Lex Luthor, which I don't see how or why that. But that I'm not gonna go on because I'm gonna piss people off and be like, oh, what don't you like about Jesse Eisenberg, But so it's like they're putting all those, and I'm like, why not just kind of just slowly build towards the Justice League instead of trying to, because they're pretty much gonna use this movie to launch into a Justice League movie instead of doing like a standalone Flash movie or a standalone Wonder Woman, or something like that. And I know you don't have to do those movies because I'm pretty sure they can. I'm pretty sure they'll find a way, but it's like I kind of wish they would do some standalone movies instead of just, because it seems like they're jumping into a Justice League movie, and I just hope if they do it, then they do it right. And I'm like, just for this next Batman or Superman sequel, I hope they do this one right, because I know a lot of people were pissed about that Ben Affleck thing. I don't really care. I just want to see if the movie's good.
Me too. Same way. I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah, because like Ben Affleck, nothing against him. It's not that I don't think he's a good actor. It kind of surprised me when I found out he was like Batman. I was like, man, that's crazy, because what a lot of people don't know, or I don't know if they know, is they offered Christian Bale like a shitload of money to come back as Batman just for that movie. Like they offered him a lot, and I guess he still turned it down, and that's when they got Ben Affleck or whatever. But like I said, I'm not gonna judge until I see what happens. But I guess we should probably end this before this dies on us, because I don't want to like this. So yeah, I guess, is there anything that you want to say, if you have any fans or just all of our friends that hopefully watch this?
Anything to say? Stay tuned.
Right.
Crazier stories.
Yeah, there will. This probably won't be the last time. I'll probably be doing multiple copy runs with the same people, because I usually do.
I'll be back. I'll have a song picked by then, and probably some other crazy things to discuss and talk about.
Yeah, because like I said, this Beatles thing, which we're actually still I'm looking at still. That's pretty badass. It's fucking cool. Yeah, this is something that surprised me. So I think it's pretty cool. This is kind of what I want for the coffee runs, is for somebody to just kind of show me something new, whether it's this art that y'all saw today or a song or music or anything. But yeah, so I guess that's a good time to end it for just the coffee run. But thanks for joining me on this, Corey.
Anytime.
It's been fucking badass. Let's go ahead and end this. See you guys.